Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here again at Avalanche. Happy Thursday to you. We saw a very nice recovery, of course, concurrent with Bitcoin's growth and a natural pullback here that seems to be holding strong at this 0.618 fib level. Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, why hasn't he updated this fibs yet? Well, truth is, I like to wait for a certain candlestick to close, and until we establish a higher high here, it's probably best we stick with the original. So we'll discuss that here in a minute. If you're new to the channel though, want to say thank you so much for the awesome feedback. Or more importantly, make sure you use the links down below if you want to use some resources here. Get to know the community. I've got a Trading Academy community and signals group. Ask that you just hit the like button before we continue. Obviously helps grow the channel there. So what we like to look at first, get a baseline of what's going on, is liquidation levels. We discussed this yesterday, having a heavy concentration liquidation at that $35 mark, which has since been swept. Makes sense. We've got some late shorts here in the game at about 35.50, upwards of 36. So just keep in mind, more liquidation at the top still, because people are trying to short this coin. So I wouldn't really recommend shorting AVAX right now. It seems like it's starting to hit its bottom. It's starting to hit its stride. It doesn't make a ton of sense. But if we do look at the larger time frames, of course, we want to recognize in the monthly, we do have a heavy concentration upwards of $40. We've talked about that previously, but also equal amount down as low as 31. So we are technically closer to that lower level, so it does make sense the price action could still pull back. It really just depends on Bitcoin and if Bitcoin wants to, hold this $65,000 range. Because right now we can see that low 65K range being tested, and it could very well start to stabilize between 64.5 and that 66K mark, which would be awesome. It's that perfect 0.618 fib level. So let's talk a little bit about AVAX and what's going on here. So daily time frame, we generally like to look at the larger time frames to go ahead and get a perspective. And this hasn't changed much. We're still fairly bearish. Okay, so I get why people are trying to short. It does make sense. We have effectively established lower lows here, and we still haven't broken this overall trend. Okay, and the trend itself depends on how you draw out the trend lines, but generally speaking, being under the 50-day SMA is that bearish sign. Bitcoin and Solana, some stronger coins right now, are testing that level as a support. Right now, AVAX isn't even close to it. So it's not a good situation in that sense. But if we do look at other moving averages, the 20-day SMA is hanging out right there where the price action's at. Okay, and if we do zoom in as well, let's look at our point of control here in the last month and a half's worth of trading. We can see the largest amount of volume right there at that resistance at 0.5 fib, $35 even. Okay, so until we close over $35, I don't feel super confident that AVAX is going to take off. All right, even at that point, it may not, we still got plenty of barriers above us, but generally speaking, that halfway point, that 0.5 fib, commonly a strong resistance level. Same thing here as well with 50 on the RSI. While we haven't seen that yet, we need to recognize that we're going to have some resistance in place. The only consolation when we have money flow index that's increasing, so it does imply in the last 14 days people have been buying AVAX more so than selling. Okay, and that's generally a good sign. So when we look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see a massive amount of volume from yesterday's candle there. That 4-hour candle, essentially Bitcoin had the same exact qualities here. So when we look at that large amount of volume, that does imply sustainability. So this 0.618 fib level should be the next low for the price action to continue higher. This is under the impression Bitcoin stays where it's at or doesn't go much lower. Because you got to recognize Bitcoin dominance is still on the increase. It was up high today, and I talked about this on my social media this morning, to be careful trading altcoins today because the price of altcoins will likely pull back. And that's just generally the concept of how the market works. There's those ebbs and flows. So as the Bitcoin dominance increases and the price goes sideways and down, altcoins generally bleed out, which we're seeing right now for the most part. It's a really common occurrence. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure that out, but just know we could see a further sell-off here, but if Bitcoin can stabilize soon, we might see a nice little pivot here off this level. Looks like it is trying to hold this level here pretty well at 0.618. Again, rough estimate about $34. We do take a look here, of course, at all the signs. Things are pulling back. Again, this is very standard, very normal, but we got this momentum shift with stochastic, MACD is trying to diverge. I personally think if we can hold above 50 in the RSI, we should be fine. So again, what that would do for us is keep us over that point of control at 33.85, and keep us in pretty good shape there. So hourly, what's going on here? Well, most coins lost the 20-day SMA by holding above others. That's actually a good sign. It's okay. It's just a shift of momentum. Lagging span is no longer free and clear of the price action, reinforcing the fact that you probably should secure profits if you have a long position open. The conversion line and the baseline are intersecting, implying we have lost our momentum. We also can see that the price action isn't within the cloud just yet, but the upper part of the cloud is just above the price. So if the price doesn't do one of these here soon, we may be in a consideration to be in a holding pattern and or consider selling depending on how low the price goes. I don't generally think that we should consider shorting this coin right now. I think it's holding fairly well, all things considered. I wouldn't say this is a double bottom by any stretch, but we can see a reattempt of this level here that hasn't been broken yet. So again, consolation, yeah, for sure. Is it perfect? Is it exact? Definitely not. But this is, again, one of those things here, folks, where we just kind of got to be patient and, I would say, wait for confirmation. A lot of people are asking me, where are the signals at? We got 5 signals from last week. We only took profit on 2. The other 3 are in profit, or one's actually in the red, but the other 2 are green. What do we do with that? Well, again, I've instructed you how to do that yesterday, but what I mean by that is when we have less signals in the market, folks, it's not a problem. It's not a bad thing. Try not to look at the market as if you constantly have to be in and out all day long, every day. Okay, take some time for yourself. Take some days off. I force myself to at least have 1 day off per week just to ensure that I don't go crazy looking at the charts every single day. It's important to decompress. So do yourself a favor. Right now, at this point, we're in this transitionary period where altcoins are trying to find their bottom. And until we get some more reinforcement from Bitcoin stabilizing at specific levels, it's going to be difficult to want to take long positions or shorts with confidence. That's kind of where we're at there. I hope that made sense. Thanks so much for watching. You want to learn a lot more, attend my Trading University community, Signals group, all great stuff there. And again, congrats to our community members for some awesome profits here. Near Protocol 52% in 6 days, ICP 36% in 3 days, or I guess that'd be 4. And again, those are just some swing trades from recently. We've also got some nice day trades here too with my scalping bot. Decent profits from AVAX, Matic, ETH, and BNB. There are 8 trading pairs in that strategy, if you will, and it works out favorably. You just got to make sure you watch it and pay close attention. Do not just set and forget a day trade, folks. It's a day trade for a reason. You got to full-time watch it. Oh, last but not least, trade BitUnix 2. This is our community exchange. Awesome benefits. Use my link to register. Make sure you register with my link. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much again for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.